Hello, my name is Anupama. This video under the ages of B-GHUD is a variation of what we have in many ways just completed. They are sentences that can form the speaking or subject of speaking which is required in your course. It may be beneficial to hear Mr. Abraham Vargas giving his views. Can we give an explanation for certain short sentences? The first one is an advice you gave to someone.
Right, I'll try my best. An advice I gave to someone was to do with his marital status. He had been cohabiting with a lady for about 8 to 10 years and had 3 children out of that union. And he decided when the 4th child was due to get married officially. Since his marriage, matters started breaking down, and they came for advice as to what to do in order to patch up and get going, if not for anything else, for the sake of the children. At which point I said, remember that when you were living together, you were constantly looking to please each other because you were not married. You did not take each other for granted. And so therefore, you are at about your best behavior with each other all the time. But the moment you got married, you took things for granted. And you started expecting things such as your desire to relax and read the newspaper from morning to evening or during the evening and watch television and so on. She, on her side, will desire to go to the movies or be taken out to the restaurant along with the children and so on. And the disappointment is there for both of you all. So the solution here is, whether you are cohabiting or living together as a couple, as a married couple, do not take each other for granted. Make sure that you maintain a standard that you can keep so that there is mutual respect and your love can come out and succeed in the midst of the turmoils of life. That was the advice I gave her.
That was a good advice, sir. A rule that you did not like in school.
A rule that I did not like in school was the need to keep quiet if you were being bullied, okay? And it was a great shame and a real black mark amongst your friends if you, what they called, tattled on the person or persons who abused you or have taken away your tuck. Tuck is actually your little sweets and biscuits and whatever else that parents send you to school with. And that if you expose them, then you are likely to be in trouble with them, or the teacher might say, well, you got to fight your own battles. Okay? That I felt was not proper, especially during your years of growing up and feeling insecure without your parents and being away from home.
So could you explain a useful website that you have visited?
Oh, I suppose, can you say YouTube?
Yes.
Ah, well, I find YouTube very interesting. There are a variety of topics, and besides that, contradictory views, academic discussions, music, and I love the music that can take you back many, many years and also bring you up to date with today's youngsters who are extremely talented. And I like YouTube for those reasons that I have experienced and find particularly relaxing and enjoyable.
Yes, sir. So could you explain something you want to learn more?
Oh, God. I would love to learn more about life, as to why there is life, why we are born. Because I'm sorry, I'm a bit of a cynic about this. There is nothing particular in life that is worthwhile. the suffering that you undergo. You become the Lord Chief Chancellor, the Prime Minister 10 times over. You got statues decorating the whole periphery with your face and your bust and so on and so forth. And so what? So what? It's not going to last all through centuries. It is going to just return to where it came from. And I wish I knew, therefore, why we were brought into this world and what is the meaning of life.
Yes. What is the purpose, right?
That's a purpose, indeed. The purpose, gives you some meaning. You can at least then try for that purpose. But that purpose, so far as I have known it, is just to live on and manage this journey upon which you come across so many obstacles and hurdles that make the journey tiresome and difficult.
Yes. So could you explain a harmful environmental problem?
Yes. The cutting down of trees, the abuse of the oceans, is just one of the...
One of the...
Oh, right. Well, I would say, because I've talked briefly about forests, I would say the oceans, the rivers, the two are connected, and how we pollute them and have no respect for water, which is 70 or 80% of our body. We throw all the rubbish in, not caring about the consequences of what will happen to it, and that some of it will remain for centuries undissolved and polluting the atmosphere around it and the seas within it. It affects the animal life. It affects every part of civilized living. And at the same time, some people consider civilized living as raising a standard of life only because you're able to exploit it. I don't agree with that.
Yes. So could you explain or describe someone who is very talkative?
Yes, well, talkative is garrulous and being loquacious. Yes, I can explain somebody who's being very talkative. They are actually quite innocent, and they are very keen to share their knowledge with you or their experiences with you, and they are keen to express themselves, to be noticed, to get attention, and so on and so forth. And if you give them that attention, okay, you'll be surprised how they come back naturally to level out with you and stop overtaking everything that is being discussed. Talkative people can be a pain, but having said that, we've got to also understand that it is certain kinds of emotions of a human being that is being expressed in that manner.
Yes.
And show as much understanding as you can.
Yes.
Okay.
So can you explain something healthy you enjoy doing?
Something healthy that I enjoy doing. Well, I love exercises. I was always athletic. But I will skip that because I do less and less of it now, though you're expected to do more and more of it. But a healthy exercise I would put down to being able to read. Now you might think, is that an exercise? Well, it is an exercise of the brain. Okay? And if you give your brain an exercise, the rest of the body also gets exercised. Okay? And you exercise the mind of others also, or you share the exercise of reading with others. So to me, the exercise of reading and sharing that knowledge is paramount to my satisfaction and to my contentment. And I also consider it a duty for those who have read and acquired knowledge to pass on their wisdom to the youngsters, because knowledge is something that is best shared. It is not a private asset. It is not something to be kept secret from the rest of people.
Yes.
So yes, I think reading is what I enjoy.
Okay, sir. So can you explain a time you played with a child?
Oh, Lord, yes. I love children, particularly for their innocence. I feel sorry for them because they are coming into this world where really, they don't deserve to be, because we have spoiled everything for them, and the experiences of life is a very damaging experience. So much so that when you come towards the end of it, you wish it would come earlier sometimes. It's only when we are taken by surprise at an earlier age that the shock becomes too much and we wonder why there is life. Children are innocent. They will show you love if you give them love. If you're a person who's cagey, they know it, they'll keep away from you. If you're a person who gives love, they immediately respond to you. And they don't have any worries or any restrictions about asking you questions, because their mind is open to inquiry. And they want to know this and they want to know that. And it may not be that they will immediately do something about it, but it will be there. You've satisfied their curiosity. And of course, I love to see them play amongst each other, which sets out the peer group association, the parameters within which they can cope. And I also enjoy very much sharing a conversation with children as best as I can. Okay. So yes, I enjoy that.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much for sharing your life experience.
Thank you very
Thank you.
much for having me.
Thank you.
Namaskaram.